I'm Yogita Sharma. Welcome to class 9th History, India and the Contemporary World. We started off our first video with French Revolution. Then I thought that some of you must be having question that why do we have to study French Revolution? Why do we have to study world politics and history? Why have we suddenly switched to world history? In our previous classes, we were studying about India only, ancient India, medieval India, then Indian freedom struggle. Then why to the French Revolution, Russian Revolution, rise of Nazism and all those things? See, whatever was happening around the world during that time became the base of the modern era. French Revolution itself gave the idea of freedom, equality, liberty, and rights. It marked the end of feudalism, monarchy, and slavery. That is why it is important. India, China, South Africa, Africa, they were all colonies at that time. They were under the British rule. But they were also fighting, they were also struggling for their freedom. They had their own unique and innovative ideas of revolt. But the base of those ideas was somewhere connected to the ideas which were the outcome of French Revolution. In our previous video, we studied about how people gathered in town hall, formed people militia, started breaking into the government offices in search of arms and ammunition. Then they marched towards the fort of Bastille, where they thought that they might find some of the hoarded arms and ammunition. As that fort was hated by everyone because it was the symbol of power of the king. In previous times, all kind of forts were the symbol of power. That is why any invasion by the other king or the country was led towards the forts because they had arms and ammunitions, treasury, which could support them further in the war. So people destroyed that fort of Bastille and sold the fragments of that fort as a souvenir in the markets. Later on, we also discussed about how the society of France was divided into three estates. It was in the form of pyramid. The first top of the pyramid was clergy, which is the people who are in church. They were exempted from the taxes. Second was nobility, means those people who are from the noble families, royal families, or the ministers. They were also exempted from the taxes. Then the third, that is the base of the pyramid, that is common people. They were not exempted from the taxes. And this base consisted of all kinds of peasants, workers, artisans, employers, bourgeois, everyone. And they bared 90% of the taxes. Church too at that time collected taxes from the peasants. That was known as tithes. And rest of the taxes which were laid by the king, known as taille, was paid by everyone. And the burden of these taxes was bared only by the third estate. There were heavy taxes on the common goods also, which were used day to day, that is salt, tobacco. This led to the frustration among the people, anger amongst the people, which led to the revolt. There was the fight for survival. There was food crisis in France. As the population of France has increased from 23 millions to 28 million. This led to demand of food grains, which was not being met. There were workers working in the industries, in the shops, where the owners fixed their wages, which again did not help them to fight the rising prices of the bread, which was the staple diet of the people. This is how the anger amongst the people was increasing. This crisis is also known as subsistence crisis. Thank you.